Right, what's up everyone? Today we're going to be doing a trade recap just on two shorts that we ended up taking. One was today and one was yesterday on NQ or MNQ as we size with smaller contracts. Um, so just going over the trade that we ended up taking today. If I can zoom in. Right, so obviously going into the session, our bias was shorts. As we can see, oh sorry, 15. Right, so looking at the 15-minute, our bias was clearly shorts, especially after the decimation we had from New York Open and pre-market yesterday. Asia essentially just chopped today, and then London essentially bled. So really, truly, what we were first expecting was to see some sort of mitigation of this leg here, because of all the low time frame imbalances that price got left behind due to the pure, just well structured sell side. Selling momentum to the downside here through London. But obviously that was not the case. So what we had to do was we adapted, and basically going into the start of pre-market. Sorry, we saw the price was respecting this 15-minute gap here, which price really struggled to break through. Which again was a sign that essentially we were going to see shorts. Oh, sorry if I just get rid of that. Yeah, so price was respecting this 15-minute gap, failing to even sweep it, invert it, and displace higher to then mitigate some of this leg here and to kind of use some of those imbalances as draws. Right, so we were respecting the 15-minute gap. If I go to the 5-minute, what did we see on the 5-minute? Right, so perfect. There was a 5-minute inversion here as well of this essentially double top that failed to break through towards which was in pre-market. So we came through, failed to displace above the 15-minute imbalance again, which typically what we wanted to see was pre-market manipulation. So ideally, if we were going to see a mitigation of some of this leg from London here, we wanted to see it during pre-market, essentially take out some of these highs here, and then see the leg through New York. But again, the fact that pre-market failed to do this and we double topped here, failed to break through the 15-minute sell side bearish fair value gap, meant that essentially we would begin to start looking for shorts. So there was a 5-minute inversion here. Price again failed to invalidate that and close above it, which was great. We ended up having we had this small, tiny 3-minute inversion here. Then we ended up having a 2-minute breaker structure, 2-minute inversion here as well. And then if we go on to the 1-minute as well, we had a 1-minute inversion as well, which overlapped in the same place. Price ended up coming down, coming back to retest that whole exact area again, which is where all these kind of low time frame inversions overlapped. We ended up getting filled on the breaker structure and ended up trading it all the way down into, if I can show you this, 12-hour. Right, so essentially from the previous leg up, we had all of this resting low resistance liquidity as draws. But again, we kind of didn't want to risk holding a trade for too long. We just wanted to get that clean risk to reward in and get out. And then obviously we would potentially look for trades later. So obviously our first target was this low here. It was kind of the closest thing in proximity. And then obviously if we were going for shorts again later, we would then use this low resistance liquidity as targets. Obviously this next low here got tagged continuing for that trade. But regardless, our TP got hit. If we go back to the 1-minute here, go back to our trade, we got a nice 1 to 3.2. Sorry, that is not the trade. There we go. We got a nice 1 to 2.85. We ended up TPing the whole lot here. And yeah, overall a nice clean trade. Market kind of chopped for a bit. We were a bit indecisive. We were going to take another short, but again, market was all over the place today, kind of chopping about. So yeah, we kind of just wanted to sit out, took our risk to reward, and yeah, that was it. Right, so again, this was our trade setup from yesterday. We got a nice 1 to 2.67 risk to reward short on NQ or MNQ, shorting down to previous day lows. Again, the whole idea was that obviously through London and pre-market, through the latter half of London going into pre-market, market started nuking, taking out all of this low resistance liquidity here. So what we wanted to do through New York was we essentially wanted to see market open, manipulate higher, mitigate some of this leg, and then go short. But again, that didn't happen. So market opened, and essentially, as you can see, this line here's New York market opened yesterday. Market just started straight tanking. We came out, took out a bunch of this liquidity down here. So essentially, we knew, right, we weren't going to end up mitigating this leg. We wanted to go short, right? So price ended up coming down here. We ended up respecting this 15-minute gap and trading right out of it. So we thought, right, okay, cool, this might be our time for shorts. Again, same thing happened here. We ended up coming into the 5-minute gap within the 15-minute gap, double topping in it and respecting it. Cool. So we went down onto the 1 minute, and then as you can see here, sorry, if I can get to it. Yep. So ended up invalidating this gap here. Ended up seeing a clear breaker structure here on the 1 minute. So if I move that over, yep, a clear breaker structure taking out this protected low here, and we ended up just rallying straight down to previous day low. We ended up getting a nice 1 to 2.67 on this. Pretty clean trade. Yeah, again, bias over the last couple of days has been pretty bearish. Obviously, again, this is probably due to the US government shutdown. Some Fed members talking about quantitative tightening going into FOMC in December, so we'll have to wait and see. Conditions again are quite choppy. Not a lot of macro data is being published because of the shutdown. So yeah, conditions have been quite choppy, but yeah, managed to bag 2 clean, nice trades over the last couple of days. Right, so that was just a small trade recap there of the last 2 trades we took. We hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, make sure to comment, and yeah, we'll see you in the next video.
See you in the next episode. Magnus out.